My mic on. Let's try that again. Hello, people. Yes. You should now be able to hear the players, myself, and maybe some sound effects in the background. Welcome to Heavyweight Gaming. If you've been watching us before, great, thank you very much, and hopefully you'll continue watching us do our stuff on a Tuesday and a Thursday. We decided, partly because one of the Patreons, we were out him, but it's the one that looks a little bit like a goblin, forced me and called my bluff into running Pathfinder 2nd Ed. So we've got it. So we've grabbed the beginner's adventure module called the Fall of Plaguestone. You will be seeing us use Roll20 tonight and playing through the module on there, and we will do the best we can to have a great time. Woo! So all the boring stuff first. If you want to follow me and my compadres on social media, we have a Facebook, a Twitter, a YouTube. I need 40 more subscribers so we can change this stupid URL. Instagram and Patreon. The important thing about Patreon is if you wish to support us with a donation or throw a few quid our way, etc., you can go to our Patreon page, you can pick one of the tiers, and we will use said contribution towards bettering and improving production values, little projects we've got going on and such, all for the heavyweight stuff. As a reward, you will have access to Arcane Script, which is a 5th edition, very compatible D&D, not D&D, source material that we based off the OGL and stuff like this. You could go in there, there's lore, classes, feats, spells, subclasses. There's an absolute mental amount of information that we put together. Our lead writer is actually playing Pathfinder tonight. You will see Roberto getting his actual gaming on and see how his mad mind works. So that's wonderful. The one that came out on Thursday, just so you know, is 29 pages long, is it? Did we hit 29? Or did it hit 30? 29, 30? It's a lot of pages. It's a lot of pages. We're up to 12 patrons now, so thank you very much. We got another one today, so thank you if you are watching. Thank you for subscribing for whenever you did. And if you want more and more information on our wonderful world Colossus, which you won't be seeing tonight, get on of it, subscribe, it's great, it's amazing, it's the best stuff out there, honest gov. We have 2 sponsors. The first sponsor is Ruffworx Creative, who sponsor all our current heavyweight gaming shows. It's my friend Nick, I've known him a lot of years, and he's a very skilled, crafty chap regarding leather, woodwork and other bits and bobs. If you go to his Facebook page, that is Ruffworx Creative, you will see, just check out his photos and you will see armour and dice trays and just random bits of craft he's been doing. Unbelievable stuff. He is currently putting together a few passion projects regarding dice trays. He did a Assassin's Creed Black Flag, a Gears of War cog, some other stuff that he did for our charity giveaway last year, I think it was. So you may have seen them, may not. But go check him out, Ruffworx Creative, absolutely amazing. We also have a very cheeky, lovely sponsor from our dwarf in the top right hand corner. It's Stu of Just Games in Guernsey. So thank you very much for throwing your love at the channel, and yeah, hopefully you'll enjoy the game. So, is that all the weird and wonderful that we care about right now? Yes. Stick around, follow. If you wish to subscribe to Twitch, amazing. If you wish to subscribe to YouTube, do it. If you don't wish, just do it anyway and turn off notifications. I just need 100 subscribers. And then we can crack on. So, all the people in the chat, are you ready? Let us. I don't know how Pathfinder 2 works. Kelly and Rob are new to Pathfinder. Stu and
it's gravy time.
Stu and James will help us through certain rules. So it is very much a beginners for a dungeon master and a couple of the players. So bear with us on getting through it and having to do certain rule checks and stuff. But hopefully we'll be able to mock each other equally enough to make you lot laugh. So, my 4 players are, we have Kelly, if you give a wave, Kelly. Hello. We have Stu, who's muted himself. So wave again, Stu, wave again.
So I haven't muted myself. Hey!
We have a James.
Hey!
And we have a Roberto. And we'll get to their characters shortly. So, Pathfinder 2nd Ed. We are going to be playing, as said, as you can see in the bottom left hand corner, the Fall of Plaguestone. They are all level 1 characters, and we are all going to play this flawless session without any hiccups whatsoever. So, this adventure begins. You are part of a caravan guard, and you are traveling. You are traveling southeast to. How do I say this correctly? Eladir, the capital of Isgir, to Almas, the capital. Or are you travelling from Eladir, the capital of Isgir, to Almas, which is the capital of Anderon? It has been 3 days since you left Eladir, climbing into the back of one of Bort Bargith's wagons, bound for a faraway Andorian capital city. The smiling caravan master cut your travel cost to only a handful of coppers, so long as you promise to protect the wagons should any trouble arise. Fortunately, your journey through the hinterlands of Isgir has been quiet, even if the ride itself has been far from comfortable. As you broke camp this morning, Bort announced you should, once you arrive at the town of Etron's Folly by nightfall, and he promised you a comfortable bed for the night as a reward for a long day's travel. The caravan's teamsters share a chuckle between them, trading knowing glances and subtle nods. But soon enough, you are on the road again, and the wagon is bouncing along, or wagons are bouncing along and creaking along an uneven trail. So, as you are pottering along, players, do you have Roll20 up?
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Can you
found
see a map with horses on it and your character tokens?
I can.
Yay!
Cool.
There. Oh, I disappeared. Oh, I'm there.
Cool. So, we won't show this to the lovely viewers until it is needed. But that is where we are. So you are pottering along, you are on your wagon, you are seated where you can see on your map. And we will now have little character introductions. So I will go from top left and around again. So, Kelly, tell us a little bit about the character you're playing.
I am playing, where's the name? Kyra, who is a human cleric. She is a follower of Saren Ray and is here to make sure that everyone else stays on the bright and narrow path of good in their travels.
Yes. Stu, introduce your little character.
I will be playing Rogar, who is basically Husk, the 2nd edition Pathfinder Dwarven Ranger. Basically, bit of community lad, likes his wild, not so much at home underground. He's a bit of a strange dwarf. Goes by the nickname Scrappy, named after his father. Famous hero of Galarian.
Not Scooby. In
Scrappy.
the bottom right, we have James. Introduce your character, please.
I am Zeke. I am an alchemist. I make lots of things, but I also like to cook, like the famous Ramsay of Gordon. He is fantastic chef. Zeke, going to be #1 goblin chef.
So before we get sued, Rob, can you introduce your character, please?
I am playing Linny, empathetic gnome with the talent of calming angry animals. And I have with me a snow leopard, Drugami.
I will say that that animal looks angry, Roberto. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but he's on my side.
All right, fair enough. That is legit, my friend. So, you've introduced your characters. On your way, you hear Keldaran, one of the caravan folk, shout, "Up ahead is Plaguestone!" And as he shouts this from the front of the wagon, no sooner does the call fade from his lips. It is then overshadowed by a series of long, mournful howls, emanating from the woods to either side of the caravan. Moments later, you hear cries of panic as a pack of mangy wolves descends from the forest with teeth bared. Prepare yourselves for combat. And now, the lovely viewers should be able to see a map. Viewers, you will be able to see things that the players can't. Some of the players may be monitoring chat, so do not tell them what they can and can't see. Although in this instance, you are about to see. So,
I thought I was being smart by getting pop-out chat. Now I regret it. I should have just kept the whole window open.
You see 3 wolves. Quite large. Definitely the size of yourselves. Just off to your rights as you are coming along, or coming down this path. Can you all roll initiative, which is done off your perception rolls. You should have them in your character sheets.
Unlucky for some.
I'm trying to find it.
So what you will have to
Where
do,
is it?
can you select
Right
your
inside.
token first and then roll it, and it'll add it to the turn order, I believe.
I can do it again because I didn't do that.
Yeah, do it again.
Oh, I
That's
see.
fine.
Oh, but I
There
got
you
an
go.
18. Oh.
Well, let's see what you get now.
Just edit.
I'm not editing. Roll again. Oh!
So,
I love my job.
First query.
Yep.
Does my animal companion roll initiative as well, or does he have to my turn?
Axe on your turn
Alright, cool.
until I am told otherwise after this session. Right, so where are my monsters? I mean, lovely creatures of loveliness. Bum, 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 bum. Bear with us, viewers. I normally do theatre of the mind. Where? How do I bring you up? Where are my wolves? Give me my wolves. There we go. There we go. Character sheet. Wolves. You. Where is your initiative? There's your initiative. There's your initiative. Oh, I'm all over it. I'm all over it. Probably not, but right. So
Going faster than half the party, so.
yeah, boom. I'm just trying to make sure that people can see the fight that may or may not be happening. 3 large wolves. They come running at you from the side. We have, who do we have first? Descending order. First we have Hask, aka Scrappy.
Yeah, I need to renew that. Okay, I'm gonna first off. This wolf up here. What is that? The only one we can see, or is that all of them?
You can see all 3 wolves.
Scroll up.
Ah, right there, further up this way.
Yeah, scroll
Okay.
up, lad. Come on, man.
Well, the one I indicate anyway. I'm gonna hunt prey. I'm gonna designate him as my prey target.
As your what target?
Basically, Ranger, favorite enemy style. It's called Hunt Prey in second ed, and basically adds everything in one go. So he is now my prey. I get better at shooting him, and that kind of thing,
Cool.
as well as any like tests I need to do against him. I'm then going to. I'm guessing we had weapons out because we're expecting trouble.
You
or
are
we-
caravan guards, and yes, you will have had them on your lap, or very, very easy to access it in such a case of an attack.
Cool. I will attempt to shoot him.
And which one are you shooting? This one?
This one there. Yep. That's
Cool.
right. Don't need to move. And this is going to actually have +2 on it.
Cool.
So nice. That's a 19. Damn it. Oh, actually, no, that's a crossbow. 19 to 20. Ooh.
19 and a 20.
Is 19 to 20 a crit? I believe it is, but let's double check.
Oh, 19 to 20.
Because it hasn't come up and said it is.
You roll.
James, can you remember 1920 on crossbow?
It actually depends on the AC of the wolf.
Ah, that is true.
So you got
Yes.
25, so no, you did not get.
That's
Is
fine.
it 10 or more?
Yeah, it's 10 or more.
Cool, you get 10. You get +10 on its AC, so you do indeed crit.
Oh, it's actually 27/7 as well because I've had +2 because it's not done automatically.
Then you definitely get your critical success.
That
So,
is all fine. Obviously, this will be on a +2 as well. So, yep, 12 damage.
12 damage. Oh well, god damn. Let's get rid of that lovely wolf. Your crossbow just flies over the shoulder of Linny, thuds into the wolf. It skitters about 5 feet through the shrubbery, and with a yelp, and does not move.
Wolves.
And is that one action, yeah?
Yeah, but the reload a heavy crossbow takes an action itself, so that is the rest of my turn.
Lovely. Ding, 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 ding. Next we have this wolf, who will yes. Now, seeing as these wolves are not, you know, super army soldier wolves, they will just run 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 and try to bite and snap up at the legs of the goblin alchemist sat in the cart. Jaws. Boom. Ding, ding, ding. 15.
Ha! Miss.
So it just snaps about at your feet. If it bites, you weren't bit, so you're okay. So if you're not bit, it will try and bite you again with a -5. That is -5 is an 18.
Oh, hit.
And it does 6 points of piercing damage as you feel the teeth crunch into your through your boot and into your feet. Can you also give me a DC Fortitude save? Please.
Yeah.
Whoa. What did you get, sorry?
24.
You are fine. As the wolf bites into you, you see lots of little mites and fleas jump off its fur and onto you, and you just bat them away and scoot them off. You avoid being fleed. Right, so that is Wolf Skull. It is now your go, Fumbus.
Okay.
Just for the people at home, I've named them out of the book, and you guys have given them your own names. So
I'm going to disengage as my action to move 5 foot this way.
okay.
And then as my second action, I'm going to throw a bomb at it.
A bomb.
A bomb.
Well, throw away, my friend. So that is a ridiculous roll. 24, you don't get a critical success, but you do hit it.
Okay. And I am going to set it on fire. Yeah.
Wow. So, what damage do you do with your bomb?
Only 2.
2 points of fire damage, yeah?
Yeah. But it will take 1 point every turn until it puts itself out.
And it's an action to put it out.
Yes.
Cool. Lovely. Din, 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 din. So is that your turn?
That's it. That's my turn.
It is now this wolf's turn, who will run 5, 10, 15, 20. And leap up to here. And try and bite you. It gets a 20.
Hits.
Bam, 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 bam. I already did the damage, my bad. You take 4 points of piercing damage. And can you give me a fortitude save? Jesus, wept.
Critical success.
Critical success. So, with your, as you avoid the fleas, the wolf slips off and falls back off the wagon as the fleas leap from it, and as you're lashing out to him, you kind of catch the wolf on its nose, and it falls back 5 feet onto the ground again.
Oh.
That is the wolf score. Kyra.
Okay. I'm going to, I think, it's not a touch one, no. I'm going to try and cast Daze at the one that's closest to me, which is a cantrip.
Okay.
So it has to do a will save.
A will save.
Will saving throw DC 17.
DC saving for 17. The one there is you, yeah? Will save. It got an 8.
So it fails, so it takes 7 points of mental damage and is also stunned 1. Oh no, that's only if it critically fails, it gets stunned, so it just takes the damage.
So, what was your DC?
17.
Oh, it nearly critically fell. So, you focus your divine energies, call out to your deity. The wolf's eyes roll into the back of its head, and you just see blood pour out of its nose and ears, and it collapses to the floor, twitch a little bit, and then do not move. So that is your 1 action, or 2 actions did it cost? How much did it cost for that?
1 action, I believe that is. Yeah, 1 action, it says. So does that mean I can do it again?
I believe so.
Okay, I'll try it again.
Well, cantrips are unlimited, and as long as you have the actions to cast them, then I would say yes.
I believe it's 1 action. It doesn't say anything otherwise.
Cool, we'll go with that.
Admittedly, in the character sheet, it all says 1 action, even though I know some of them aren't. But
Lovely.
let's give it another go. So it's DC 17 again, will save, and if it fails, it's 7 points of mental damage. Oh, it saves that one.
This one got a 20.
Alas, it does nothing.
So, you have 1 action left. 1 action point left.
I mean, I guess I'll try it again. Why not?
I've just come to terms with this is brutal. 14.
Yay, I win. 7 points of mental damage.
The wolf, again, you see the same thing happen when your divine power hits it. Its eyes roll back, blood from the nose, this time from the eyes as well as the ears. It's sort of shaking its head. It's not overly happy.
Awesome. Yeah, that's everything I'm doing.
That'll be your go. Right. Linny. You and Drugami.
I guess I hope I'm going to just mop up the end of this.
Kill steal, nice.
Yeah. Move to like the very edge of the car and try and throw an electric arc at it.
Oh, sexy.
That is how.
That's a reflex save. Is it a reflex save?
Okay.
So reflex save on the wolf.
Yep.
The reflex save is a 25.
All right.
So I'm assuming, is it half damage on a? In fact, what is your DC? 13, 25.
I assume it's just because it's just a cantrip. I assume it's just a miss.
You arc lightning that leaps 1d4 electric damage for up to 2 creatures within 30 feet. These creatures must attempt a basic reflex save. Cool.
Yeah, so I assume it just does no damage.
No damage. So that's 1 action point, I believe.
I'll try it again. Why not?
Cool.
I'm then realising as I do so that wolves have probably got a decent reflex, and that was a terrible idea.
They are pretty handy.
That's
15.
Yeah, it's still.
You just see from Linny the druid summoning little arcs of lightning in their hands and just launching them out at this wolf. Zeka, Fumbus, we'll have to change your name. Fumbus and Kyra, you can see these little lightning arcs just come sparking past you and hitting the earth all around the wolf as the wolf's just sort of running around on the spot like it's on hot potatoes or hot coals, depends where you're from.
You know what? It's a confusion tactic, and I'm just gonna use my last action to command animal, and so that's how many feet? boom, 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 35 feet. And then Drugami makes an attack.
Oh, so you can move Drugami and attack in an action.
So I can do command animal as an action, which
Yeah.
basically gives my animal companion 2 actions.
Ah, okay. Movement and
So I'm
attack.
then moving and attacking. So that's a 13 to try and hit.
So, as Drugami, your snow leopard, meets head on with this mangy wolf and starts slashing and clawing and biting, and the wolf slashes and claws back. They sort of get in a bit of a stalemate and don't quite get any purchase on one another. And Drugami, unfortunately, does not hit the wolf.
Alrighty.
I've also just googled it, and Daze takes 2 actions to cast, so the second attack should not have ever hit. So you might want to give it some hit points back.
Your first attack took 7 points off it, and it only had 6 anyway. So,
Wow.
and the second wolf, it'd be right.
I'm going to go through and check all these now just to make sure.
Yes. So, after Linny, it is now Rogar's go.
Cool. Now, the cool thing with second edition Rangers is we basically become Gears of War cogs because we get the action reload thing. So, because I reload it, until the end of this turn, I get +2 bonus on my damage.
Oh, Jesus.
Because why not? So, let's shoot that guy.
It's got 1 hit point, Rogar, so do not.
I know, this is what I fluff like crazy. So, clickety. Well, no, it's yeah, okay. So does a 26 crit it, or does that just a normal hit? Was that
26 would indeed crit it.
no,
But
2
with it-
damage?
With its 1 hit point, you pin it to the floor. Your bolt goes through it, whizzing over the horses in front of you, past Linny, past Fumbus and Kyra, and you slam that wolf to pieces. Now,
Just like that.
just right.
Yay! Beardy Dwarf saved me!
So, from the from the other side and towards the back, as these wolves die to your unholy, artillery of crossbow and divine magic, you see a very, very different looking wolf. There is a green acidic liquid dripping from its maw, and as it hits the floor you get that tss as it burns the grass and the land beneath its feet. Its eyes have a very, not a green glow, but they've got almost like a bad eyeshadow job going on of green around the eyes, sticking in the fur. And this thing is just stalking towards Drugami by the looks of it. It's still your turn, Rogar.
I was going to say, with my sort of final partial action, can I work out what that wolf is? Do some nature law?
Yeah, go for it. Give me a nature law.
Boom. 18.
18.
Yeah.
It is a. It's not a natural thing that you've ever come across. It is being forced to be that way, almost mutated or had magics put upon it. There is no creature that you know of or have heard of via story or just hunting that tells you of a wolf with such a description.
Alright, party, that's a bad one. Not seen one of them before. Be careful. And that's me done.
Ever the wise.
As I reload. No, still reloading.
Cool. Fumbus, you're up.
Excellent. First of all, Fumbus will heal self. So I will pull out the vial and slug it.
Okay. Am I right in saying that your alchemist class, you get quite a lot of access to healing potions and support potions quite regularly?
Yes. Every day I can create different concoctions, not for edibleness, but do for consumption, and they can either explode, or make you big, or make you better.
Nice. Very nice.
So, for one action, I will slug a healing potion. then I will chuck a bomb. Because don't like mangy wolves.
Legit. What's the range of you throwing?
The range is 20 foot, so I actually take a -2 penalty for this.
Because you're throwing it beyond, yeah?
Yep.
Cool. With your -2. So you launch the little... Is it a firebomb again?
Yes.
You launch the firebomb, it just falls short, hits the deck, the glass breaks, and there is a immolation of the ground on the floor before it fades away.
Ah, sad times. And then for my last action, I will move back here, putting Cleric between me and Bad Wolf.
Cool. It is now the wolf's turn. It will 5, 10, 15 into Drugami and bite with its jaws.
Oh no.
23 on Drugami.
I'm pretty sure that hits.
I'm pretty sure it does as well, my friend. So that is 5 points of piercing damage to Drugami. Are you going to deal with Drugami's HP? Thank you. Yeah. It will then use Howl. This wolf howl will unleash a terrifying howl, allowing it to demoralize all enemies within 30 feet. Wolves within 100 feet can spend a reaction to join the howl. You do not hear any other howls.
Oh, safe.
This affects additional enemies within 30 feet of them, but there's no other wolves. So the immediate wolf, all those within 30 feet of it, are now at a -4 circumstance penalty. You cannot be affected by this more than once. All creatures targeted by this effect are temporarily immune for 24 hours. So, 30 feet from the wolf. So, Drugami, Fumbus and Kyra, you are all at -4 for now on your rolls.
Okay.
That's your D20 rolls, not your damage rolls.
Again, crossbows for the win.
Crossbows for the win. So yeah, it's run over, and as it's bit into Drugami, you get that empathic feeling, Linny, that acidic burn. Drugami like sort of roars in pain, and you can see where the teeth sink in, that burning round the wound and near the fur. And then it howls, and it's not like a normal wolf howl. You guys have been out and about on the road enough to know what wolves sound like. This has got a eerie, supernatural clinging to your soul about it. It is now Kyra's go.
Okay. Rob, how is Drugami looking? Not great?
Drugami looks like he's taken quite a big slugging.
Oh no, right, I'm going to leap off the cart. I'm going to go behind Drugami. I'm going to slap... Is it him or her?
I think it's a him.
Him? I'm going to slap him on the tushy with a heel.
Tushy?
Why are you healing cat? I'm damaged.
So,
Hold up.
so Kyra leaps over the injured goblin.
It's not pets before goblins.
Triage, mate. Triage.
So you heal Drugami 6, is it?
6 points of healing damage, yeah.
Cool. Have you done that? Yeah, that's cool.
It says there's a saving throw. I'm not sure how you save against being healed.
It gets saving against
Positive and negative energy.
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha. Okay. And then, as my small green friend begins to complain at the fact that he is being ignored over this lovely, very grateful cat, I'm going to come back and do the same for him, because it's only one action to heal. For 4 points of healing.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to do my only other one action cantrip that I have, because it turns out all of them are 2 apart from this one. Let me just check. I've got something called Guidance.
Oh god.
Which
Plus 4?
no, it's grants the target a +1 status
really?
bonus to an attack roll, perception check, etc. So I'm going to cast that. probably on the cat, seeing as the cat's closest and probably needs it.
Is there a range to it, or is it touch?
30 foot.
Ah, cool. Okay, so
yeah.
Dragami has a +1. Remember that, Linny?
Yep.
And if that's Kyra's done, or as she's run around doing her divine intervention,
I will back up next to the goblin.
it is
and,
now
get that.
Linny's go.
Okay. I'm gonna run.
This combat music is very
35 feet.
dramatic.
I'm gonna run up to there with one action. I'm gonna spend my second action to raise my shield, which gives me a +1 to my AC
Cool.
for a turn, and lets me do a funky thing if I want to do it. And then I'm gonna spend my last action to let Dragami take 2 actions, and let him strike the thing twice.
Cool.
So this is technically at a -3 then, I guess, for the first one.
Yep.
If we take the -4 and the +1. That's a critical hit.
Yay!
Oh, Jesus.
So,
That is a critical hit. So, is that 6 points of damage or 11?
I think that's a 6, yeah.
Yeah, so 6 points of damage as your first slash. Why can't I select you? There you go. Dragami just sort of ducks low and comes up for the throat area of the wolf and tears out a chunk of fur and flesh. But as the blood flows, you can also see intertwined with the blood a very, an acidic greenish liquid mixed in with the visceral. Second attack.
Second attack, so this would be at -7. So 21 minus 7.
14. So, this time round, after that big hit from Dragami, the wolf sort of punches up a bit more. So when Dragami's second attack comes in with his claws, or her claws, your snow leopard's claws, it catches thick fur and shoulder and just doesn't do enough damage to cause the wolf to care. I believe that is your goal, Linny.
That is my turn.
Rogar. Look at him.
So, quick question. Moving over the car, is that difficult terrain, or can we just freely scramble over it?
It is difficult terrain.
Okay. Unfortunately, unlike everybody else, I do have a slightly shorter move speed.
Because
so
you're a dwarf.
Yeah. So, do we think Dragami's going to live? That's the question. Does it look ultra screwed?
Dragami looks smashing. Like you,
cool.
you visually saw. That's a sentence.
So I saw it knit together. So
you saw Kyra run over, call divine light onto Dragami.
Cool. In that case, I will finish my reloading and snap a shot at the nasty caustic wolfy thing. This gets a +2 on it, so that's going to miss though, I reckon, on a 12.
You are correct.
Cool. I will.
The arrow, the bolt hits Dragami, but not via the point. So the back end of the bolt, so they're like the tail and the feathered bit, hits Dragami.
This is a comment on my last
spins off. Yep, pretty much. So yes.
Right. Rather than reload, Scrappy will ditch the bow and do one round of movement. Pulling out my axes and
Can you? Oh, okay, cool. And that is your turn.
Yeah.
Fumbus.
Yeah!
Go get him.
I'm going to pull out my dog slicer. It's not quite a sword. It's a piece of junk that I've made into a sword. Yeah.
If it works, it works.
Run to there. I'm going to try and stab the wolf as I'm falling off the back end of the car.
Stab away. Quick question for the people watching. Do you actually want to see the dice rolls? Would that be something you want to see? Answers in the chat. Have you rolled, Fumbus? Because it's not popping up.
I have now.
Ah, there you go. Dog slicer. Ah, so you critically miss.
Oh no!
So, as you critically miss, you do 2 points of damage slashing to Drugami as you come up with your dog slicer. And you swing very confidently.
Oh wait, that was the cat, not the dog.
Yes. Drugami takes 2 points of slashing damage, please. Linny? There you go. There you go, Fumbus. You got also anything else left in you?
No, that's it. I drew my sword, I ran, I fell over, I stabbed the four-legged thing, which was a cat, not a dog.
Lovely. It is now the dog's turn. It will open its maw, and you will see a boiling cloud of green and grey acidic tinge in the air odour form in its mouth as it opens up. The acid drool on the floor, and it will unleash acid breath. Which two of you?
Oh, the agony of choice.
Before it does that, it'll stand there.
Uh-oh.
Can Drugami... Hang on. Let's do this the old-fashioned way. There you go. Drugami and Linny. Can you give me reflex saves, please? 14. So both of you fail. You just miss critical failure, Linny. So can Drugami and Linny please take... Has that done that? No, I have to do it.
I don't know if it makes a difference. Drugami actually gets 15 because of guidance. So it's +1 to the saving throw.
Just misses.
But also, is it still
Yeah.
like -4?
Possibly.
It is indeed all your d20 rolls.
Oh no.
But it can't scare you again for the next 24 hours, so that's alright.
Yeah.
What am I rolling? 3d6.
Oh no.
So you both take 9 points of acid damage.
So Drugami falls over.
No.
That will be the acidic wolf's go.
I swear to God, AD, if you kill the cat as the first thing that happens, I quit. I quit right now.
Well, Kyra, it's your go.
Okay. So I have a heal action, which is 2 actions, but I can do it in like a 30-foot. I think it's like a 30-foot line.
Okay.
So that no, hang on, I'm just sort of because I've got 3 versions. I've got one which is a touch, one which I think is a single target within 30 foot. So maybe I don't want to use that one
Yeah.
because otherwise Fumbus will slap me if I get the cat first again.
Yeah!
I do have a 3-action heal, which is basically heal everything within an area. Is there a limit on how many of these I can do? Because like I've got something as well called Bless, which I have a 1 use of per day. But all my heal stuff, there are no daily uses, and I couldn't see if there was a limit on how many I can use.
So yeah, so casting wise with slots, I had that before.
Yeah, I just tried to look it up on like a 2e cleric page, and I can't really figure it out. I can see how many spells I know, but not how many times I can cast them.
What's your charisma?
Pretty good. Well,
you
at
get
least
one-
I think so.
Yeah, you get 1 plus your charisma modifier extra heals a day.
Okay, so my modifier is 2. So I can do 3 heals a day?
Without spending spell slots, yeah.
Okay. But where do I know how many spell slots I have?
You should have 2 for level 1.
Okay, cool. So,
If you go into your sheet, have a look on spells, and I'll say it there.
I did write in 2 just because I found a number 2 somewhere on the walkthrough I was using, and I was like, yeah, I'll stick with that for now. So I could do 5 technically at this point. And I've done 2 already. Okay, in which case I'll go for touch versions because I can move 5, 10, I can move to there. I can pat the kitty first because priorities. I will encourage the snow leopard to get back up with 5 points of healing.
Ooh. Drugami
And
sort of.
And then I will reach over to Thumbus and sort of clasp his shoulder and go, either kill it or get out of range, please. And heal him as well for 1 point of healing.
What? One?
Definitely a cat person, just saying.
Clearly. Yeah.
And is that Kyra's go?
I'm gonna back away again before Thumbus hits me. Goodbye. I'm just gonna go back in.
Cool. So, Linny, you're up.
Okay.
As is Drugami.
Yeah.
Drugami.
Okay, I'm going to use one action to get Drugami. Do I have to spend an action to stand up?
Just so you know, I will say that the howl effect is no longer on Drugami, as the supernatural effect of it has gone. So Drugami is no longer at -4, but you still are.
That's. I was out of range.
Well, you are now, so.
Oh wow.
That's how I DM, lad.
Play it like this. Right, do I need to spend an action to stand up? In the case of Drugami getting back off the floor.
Yes, I believe. It's not half movement, it's an action point to stand from prone. Unless James or Stu tell me I'm wrong.
No, you're quite
No,
correct.
you are.
Alrighty. So
Look at that! The one thing in the pages I read.
One action to give Drugami 2 actions. So stand up and then claw. That's a miss.
What are you doing, cat?
He was going to hit you.
I mean, it might. I think that's a critical miss.
So what did you get? 7. You did indeed critically miss.
So the cat might get revenge on the.
So
the goblin.
what damage did you do? 5 points of damage. So you do 2
Yeah.
points of slashing damage to the goblin as Drugami
Oh no.
as Drugami swings out at the wolf, and still shaken from the acid burning Drugami's fur and her eyes, she just slashes out, misses the wolf completely, and just bats Fumbus upside of the head. And you get clawed across the face, taking 2 points of slashing damage, Fumbus.
How does Thumbus look right now?
Give me a medicine check. Or healing. Where's the bloody...
Yeah,
right,
I've got
it's
a medicine one. 10.
Looks alright. Took a hit.
Good. Okay.
Okay. I will use my last 2 actions to do this. There's a 17 hit.
A 17 does not.
Oh.
Ah,
So as you produce flame, your primal cantrip, and launch it from your hands, very similar to the lightning that you were doing earlier, it gets to your target but doesn't purchase enough to do damage.
Okay.
You just missed, my friend. Is that Lenny's go?
Yeah, that is Lenny's go.
Rogar, aka Scrappy.
Okay, so this situation looks dire. And
Dire
the
wolf, you
location of my
say?
friends doesn't help. So I'm gonna take 1 move to move to there.
Cool.
I'm then gonna lob my hatchet at the wolf.
Okay. Is there a range on your lobbing?
Yeah, so 10 feet. So this will be at 1 range increment, -2. +2 for being a flangy ranger, so that negates the range penalty. So 15, but I guess that's
being
still a
a
miss.
flangy ranger. 15 does indeed miss. Your axe hits the wolf, but it hits it handle side rather than blade.
Yeah, that's totally fine. And then I'm going to try and I'm going to move finish to there and sort of try and distract the wolf away from the wounded people there.
They're doing a grand job of ignoring the wolf and hitting each other.
I know, yeah. I'll belligerently shout at it. That's all I can do. I'm like, oi!
Cool. Give
Bitch.
me an intimidate check.
Sure, wasn't actively expecting to actually do anything with this one. Nope, there we go. That's my lack of charisma working there.
Lack of cool.
Or the wolf's lack of understanding common.
Yeah, I didn't swear hard enough. That was all right.
Yeah, so you start like shouting at it, waving your hatchet about, and the wolf just raggy, and yeah, it doesn't give 3 monkeys that you're there. Fumbus, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm going to scramble under the cart to come around the side here as a disengaging action. Then I'm going to pick up another bomb and throw it at it.
How many bombs have you got?
Not many left.
Right, cool.
What about the same amount as you've got spells?
Oh, you do indeed.
Ah!
Your glass vial smashes into the face of the wolf.
It takes a mighty 2 points of damage.
Mighty 2. Mighty
And
2.
it is on fire for 1 point every turn.
On fire for 1 point every turn. Cool. Do you got anything else, Fumbus?
No.
It is your turn then. It is now the wolf's turn. It will attempt to bite Drugami and then attempt to bite Rogar. First bite on Drugami. Holy crap. Does a 31 hit. Well, these are slightly different numbers to the normal RPG I play through the week. So you take 12 points. What is your AC? That is just ridiculous. You are down dying. Drugami takes a almighty rip across the throat. You see her fur go instantly red against the snow leopard colourings and seep all down the front of her legs, on her paws. She is almost taken from you in a single swipe. Linny, give me a mind save.
Mind save.
Yes, you've just seen your beloved nearly die.
I think he means a will save.
Will save. Will save. Cool. You will now, for the next... you will do a will save after every end of your turn. So during your turn, you must strike that wolf with any physical weapon you have on you. So you will charge that wolf. Yep.
I believe the term is get invested, gnome.
That is...
Ooh.
and the one that hits Rogar does not. So after putting all its concentration into ripping the throat out of the snow leopard, it kind of just bats Rogar. Kyra, the snow leopard that you keep healing is yeah, it's in a bad
I was
way.
assured before joining this would be really fun.
Animal
I wasn't informed that this would be a test for my mental fortitude.
cruelty.
Just constantly just trying to save this poor fucking leopard. They're rare, you know, snow leopards. And okay,
Increasingly rarer.
clearly, bastard. Okay, right. I'm gonna come to here. I'm gonna. What am I gonna do? It's dying, right?
The wolf, the leopard is indeed dying.
5, 10. Is it difficult terrain to move through a character, or is it the same as D&D, where as long as
You
don't
wouldn't
end
need to
there,
move
it's
through
fine?
because you can move diagonally, so it'd be the same space if you step left then step right.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. In which case, I will give guidance to. I've forgotten the dwarven name. Sorry.
Rogar.
Happy or
Rogar. That's it. So I'll give guidance to Rogar, so he has +1 on all the things,
Cool.
and I will stabilize using my other 2 action points. I will stabilize Puskins.
So Drugami is no longer dying.
I feel like I've saved this cat's life now that I get to rename it officially Puskins.
Oh
I
my.
think it's only fair.
Yeah, you have fun, man.
And then I sob slightly as I step away. Sit here.
So, Kyra, that is your turn. Linny!
It is indeed.
Drugami is no longer pumping blood from the main artery on the throat.
Nor is Puskins, I'll have you know.
Her fur is thoroughly sodden with her own blood.
Okay.
But you can now see shallow breathing.
Okay. So this effect you could be under earlier.
You are no longer under that effect.
Alright, cool. First thing I'm going to do is heal Annabelle.
Let's get this druid shit going, shall we?
So that's 4 hit
4 points of
back
druidic
to,
nature
Drugami.
magic. Are you gonna? Yeah, you deal with that. Cool.
Yeah, I'm just going to try and fireball this.
Fireball.
Yeah, well, firebolt. The produce flame. that
Produce
one.
flame.
Ah.
And the wolf that is already on fire from the alchemical source, you sort of add to it, but there doesn't seem to be any real bite to your flames.
Okay.
It's just increasing the alchemical fluid upon it. Is that you done?
Yeah, that's 3 actions. We're good.
Cool. Rogar, you're up.
Okay. I'm just going to attack it. Best way to get its attention.
How many hatchets do you have?
So the hatchet, I had 1 hatchet and 1 dwarven war axe. The hatchet is left, so
Yeah,
that's
cool.
on the floor somewhere. I'll worry about it later.
Cool.
So we're 2-handing the dwarven war axe.
Lovely.
And what we're going to do is we're going to do this and see if it hits, which it doesn't. And that is a 1.
That is a critical miss.
Does it still count as a critical miss with my +1 from guidance?
It's a 1. It's a roll of a 1. So unfortunately.
So yeah.
Guys, do you ever get the feeling that this might just be a tester and we should probably redo it?
No, I just think this roll 20 doesn't like cats.
3. So as you
We should just all play
swing,
fighters.
as you swing your war axe, you miss the burning wolf in front of you, and you smash Drugami in the face with the back end of your war axe, doing 3 points of bludgeoning damage. This cat fucking hates all of you. I'm just saying.
At least he's not this time.
I don't know if I want to take another attack action against this wolf because this is just ridiculous.
Just move out of the way first.
Clearly
So-
we should leave.
So,
He's just moved to going out.
so real dice next week, kids.
Yeah, really. No, this is fine. I'm going to take a second attack action with my dwarven war axe.
Is this a -5 now?
This will be at -5.
But you're +1 from Kyra, so that's -4.
Oh, no, sorry. Dwarven war axe is a sweep attack, so it's only -4.
So is that including the +1 from you've missed?
Yeah, it's here or there. I think you only actually get it once with the guidance, but I'll double check. 1 attack roll, so yeah, should I get it on the first one but not the second? It's kind of gone after that. But yeah, I missed with the backhand.
Cool. So having recovered from hitting Drugami in the face, you're like and you swing back at the wolf, but you've twisted the axe in your hand and you just bat it with the flat of the blade of the axe.
Yeah, it does that way. I'll use my third action as I only just stepped in to, with my free hand, draw a potion from my belt. Throw it at the wolf in a second. Right, go. Done.
Fombus, you're up there.
Yeah! Cat's gonna get. Get the wolf. I'm gonna throw a bomb at it again. Let me take this as my last one.
Puskins will never die.
Ah! I've missed.
Jesus. You're under the -4, aren't you?
Yes.
So that takes you down to 6. You critically miss.
Swear to God.
No!
Oh, bugger.
So what did you throw? What did you do? Sorry.
I threw one of my acid vials because that's all I've got left.
Jesus.
Right, it can
Right.
hit me. It can hit me.
Give me a roll a d6. Evens, it hits Rogar.
Oh, come on, kitty cat. I mean, dwarf.
It hits
Yay!
Rogar. So what did you do? No damage What does it acid vial do to Rogar?
Acid vial deals 1d6 damage. Take an almighty 1!
So Rogar, you are now. Does it stay on him or is it just a one shot?
Yes, it will persist.
Why not?
That return.
Yes. However, this reminds me that the dog also takes an extra point of damage this turn for my persistent fire.
The persistent fire is persistent and the damage is applied.
Good.
You got what else you want to do, Fumbus?
Rethink my life options? Now, I am going to pull out my alchemical gear and make another bomb.
Can you just do it on the fly?
I have to use an action to do that, and now I can craft 2 bombs with it.
Okay. Is that you done?
That's it. That's done.
It's the wolf's turn. The wolf's a little bit confused. The wolf's kind of sat there on fire going, why are you all trying to kill each other? With an intelligence of -4, it is still smarter than you lot. So, it will see that Drugami is in a bad way.
Ew.
It will bite Drugami and then bite Rogar. Now Drugami gets bitten and takes, you're back into dying as you take 3 points of piercing damage. You can see now that Drugami is just feeling weak from the attacks and can't quite defend herself as the wolf comes in again and bites, and then it swings its head round to bite Rogar. I believe that misses. What's your AC? 18. 17. So the bite misses you as well, Rogar. Again. That will be the wolf's turn. It is now Kyra's turn. You're all very quiet. You're all very quiet.
Sorry.
All
I
right.
stabilised the goddamn cat again. Not letting this cat die. And then I will cast guidance this time on Fumbus because I think I can only do it once on someone in an hour. I could be wrong, but
You are correct.
yep. Yeah, because the target is immune for an hour. So yeah, I give guidance to Fumbus instead, and I move back, sobbing the entire time.
You can drag the cat with you, could you?
I don't know. Can you drag something? Is that a thing
You
I
can
can do?
You can drag. What is your strength?
My strength is 14.
I'll let you use an action to pull the cat back 5 feet.
Oh, I don't have any actions left, so I can't.
Then no. So close.
Why you gotta do me like this? Give me these hopes and then just.
So again, Linny, you see Drugami. I might just put you under this effect permanently. Just get torn apart.
Can I heal her?
You can indeed.
Alright, cool. I'm gonna do the 2-action heal.
Oh, the 2-action heal.
Yeah. So it's 1d8 plus 8.
You're casting Necromancy on Drugami. 15!
No, what?
Boom!
There we go, 50. Bring her back to life.
Run,
I
cat,
use
run!
my last action to give her 2 attacks. Or 2 actions, just to stand up. I just want to, like...
So
if she
it's
runs
cost
for
her an
2
action
attacks,
to stand up, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, 25! Nice,
25.
misses. No, it
You
doesn't, it hits.
I will come to commentary.
Good, I'm not there, mate.
I will drive him.
You've gone past me.
Social distancing be damned!
Well, I'm not there, James, so it's alright.
Oh wait, great, you'll be there eventually.
So yes, you hit and you do 3 points of slashing damage from Drugami on the wolf. I will say that the wolf is alright. Does it take the fire damage on its turn, James?
It takes a fire damage on my turn.
On your
That's
turn.
what
I'm gonna
I'm
go to the
counting it.
loo.
Cool.
Have a sad wee.
We have actually lost Linny. There we go. I'll check him in a sec, Cara. Rogar, it is now your turn.
Right, well, got my axe. I have a lesser elixir of life in my hand, but I don't need it anymore, so...
You say that now.
well, I don't need it for the cat.
Fair.
Let's... I will use my Hunter's Edge and Flurry. So, devastating flurry of attacks upon my prey. Multiple attack penalty for attacks against my hunted prey is -3. So, what we'll do is we'll hunt prey and then smack it twice. So... This is where I roll 1 twice, because let's face it.
It's gravy time.
Boom. 22 for the first hit.
22 for the first hit.
Yeah.
That is.
Cool. 8 damage.
Oh, that's nice.
And then I'm using this one-handed, unfortunately, because I've got a potion in the other hand. But yeah, there we go. 5 for the second hit.
So your first one smashes in and does 8 points of damage to the creature. Your second strike gets a minus what? What did you come out with?
-3.
So you're down to 5.
Yeah, so it's a 5.
So you do a critical miss, and you hit Drugami in the face for 2 points of slashing
At this
damage.
point, 80, have we got any action points or are there heroic points at the moment?
What's an heroic point?
It's the thing which allows me to do a reroll.
You do all have 1, I believe. You start with 1.
I would like to use it on this second attack, please.
Go for it. Cool.
It's an 8, but it's not a critical fail.
It is a critical fail.
Oh, it is still a critical fail. Damn it!
So it's 10 and more, yeah?
Yes.
So yes, you just critically fail.
No.
And you hit Drugami in the face with 2 points of slashing. I'll stick to the first one and not the second one damage. So yeah. And you take a point of damage, mate, because you've got alchemical
I'll
stuff.
do that now. I wasn't sure it came off on James's turn, but must.
Should do. Doesn't really matter. Just work it out when you do.
Yeah,
And
you're
remember
next
which way
anyway.
you keep it.
Cool. So is that you done, Rogar?
Yeah, that's all me.
Fumbus, you're up. This is the greatest first encounter ever.
Or not.
Oh, you little thief!
Miss.
Your bomb does indeed miss. It just flies over the wolf.
Okay. It takes another point of damage.
It does indeed.
And that's it. That's my turn.
The wolf's looking blooded. In a way that could suggest it's below half.
I was going to say, does Pathfinder use blood-eating cripple the same way as 3.5 does, or are there different terms for it?
I do. So
You personally do. Cool.
Yeah, so
I'm cool with that. I love it.
blooded is 50% or below. Crippled is 10% or below. For you.
One of my favourite things from 3.5, I use it in everything.
Lovely. So it is now. Is that you done, Fumbus? Fumbus? Do we have a Fumbus?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
I said that was my last action.
Cool. Then it is the wolf's go. The wolf will continue to bite Rogar and Drugami. So Drugami first. Sweet Jesus. Drugami takes 4 points of damage.
Buskins.
We haven't got to Buskins yet. And then, so whilst this wolf's just going nuts, it's just trying to tear apart that it does not like Katsunu. And a 22 on Rogar, you take 3 points of piercing damage. Kyra, it is your go.
Well, I don't want to use my last healing spell in case it's desperately needed, but there's no dying cat for me to stabilise, so what the heck am I meant to do?
That is brilliant. Sorry, I need to stop you, Kyra. Danny, mate. At this point, is it a viable tactic to aim for each other and hope to critically miss? Is the greatest sentence I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
I apologise for interrupting you, Kyra. Please carry on.
Okay, I'm going to try and daze it.
That's a save, yes?
It is a DC 17 will save.
13. The creature is
Fails.
dazed.
Take 7 points of mental damage and die.
It is now looking crippled.
Yay!
Yay!
It is on fire. It is dazed as you see its eyes roll back into its head and the same blood pouring, and the blood's pouring with the acidic saliva now.
And then I'll cast guidance on Linny.
Linny.
Just with that last action.
Linny, you feel the divine touch of Kyra. You see Dragami getting slashed, healed, slashed, healed, slashed, healed, dead, healed, dead, healed. And a wolf on fire and now dazed from a divine source. Looking on death's door. What do you do?
Alright, so I feel that the first action is going to be to let Puskins strike at it.
24.
So that's 4 slashing damage. Yay! Puskins gets vengeance.
Puskins?
Yeah, it's Puskins now.
Mid dying had a midlife crisis or mid-death crisis and has changed their name. So Puskins roars, slashes out, and just takes the jugular of the wolf. Balls roll out onto the floor. It's a circus everywhere. You
Yay!
have successfully.
Eh.
There you go. That was your first combat into. Whoo! That was.
Combat is lethal! I almost
Wow.
died, and the cat, oh, he died like so many times.
I mean, I was good. I don't know about you guys.
That was indeed ridiculous. Absolutely
was, yeah.
ridiculous.
Daniel asks a very valid question. How many of its 9 lives has Puskin just used?
10! 10 of its lives!
This has got to be a good 13 of them.
Oh, poor Puskins.
So, your combat has finished. Immediately, what is going on around you, you can hear that other wolves further down the caravan towards the front where Bort and Tamley are sat, the dwarves that have hired you to come along. There's more fighting going on there, but as you start looking around, you can see that wolves are now scarpering into the nearby forestry at the site of the what appear to be the acidic alpha dead.
Yeah, take that, wolves.
So yes, what has happened? Bort comes running up to you, and as you see Bort Baggith, his dwarven beard is all braided and kept nice and tight and tidy. So around his cheeks and chin, there's no actual hair. It's just growing from the jawline down in braids. He's got a nice thick moustache, and his hair, it recedes all the way back. So then it's like long blonde that goes down. He's in his purple travelling cloak, and he comes running up to see if everybody's okay. What was that? What? Everyone fine? Is we all good? Everyone accounted for? And he sees the acidic wolf on the floor.
Cat might need a heal.
He looks across to the leopard, covered in a now nice shade of crimson. The cat all right?
No, I think we
I think the cat is fine. I think, however, that the
Traumatised.
cleric is traumatized.
Well, as is the deal.
clean up the cat.
Well, we best get a move on. I don't suppose a couple of you could give us an hand. The front wagon's it's gone off the road and it's dipped into a track. I need help with the wheel. Just need a bit of help lifting it out so we can get on and get out of here before any more wolves turn up.
Yeah, good idea. Go help.
I'm not strong, don't look at me. I'm gonna brew some more healing potions. Ha.
Alright, just me then.
Cool.
I mean, I can try to help.
Yeah, you and me are probably the strongest here.
I feel I'll be more of a hindrance.
You're also the tallest. I find this generally helps when you're using strong things.
So, can Kyra and Rogar, give me an athletics check, please. As you stand alongside two of the other folk that have been travelling with Bort and Tamil, and you... I have lots of tabs open. Ah, yeah, you smash it to pieces. In fact, you
can
push.
roll these.
You push.
Yeah, we succeed at these. Yeah, that's great. Well, good
you
rolls.
push the two helpers out the way, and you're like, "We've got this, kids." And between Rogar and Kyra, you lift the cart and wheel high enough that as the horses pull it forward, it is back onto the road. And you are now good to carry on your travels to.
Hurrah.
Carry on your travels to Plaguestone. On your jolly travels, Bort, as you are travelling, comes back and sits with a couple of you. Tonight in town later, we have to have reward. I'll buy you dinner. It's all on me, and we'll have a jolly good old time about it. Yeah.
Yeah, seems right.
Do you like dinner?
Good. So, as the journey progresses, unless you wish to talk, you're only about an hour away from town, and it'll get you there a few hours before dusk. As the wagons enter what is known as Eteran's Folly, aka Plaguestone, you are taken across to the feed mill, which is the only inn and tavern in this small community. Most of the homes are simple wood and thatch. They look identical to one another. They're very similar state of disrepair. There's a number of houses that look abandoned and their roofs are collapsed. The caravan folk, you hear them talking about a plague that hit the town 20 years ago, and the town just never really got over it, never recovered from it. So there's always an element of it always looks in a state of disrepair. So
Is that what they call it, Plaguestone?
I would guess it's rather ironic. Plague 20 years ago. Probably it's stone that's involved.
it's very true. Right, so for ease of if you are on Roll20 players, you will be able to see a map. And that map will tell you where you've come in. And you are currently outside Feed Mill. Don't worry, viewers, you don't really need to see this at this moment in time. You can use the theatres of your mind. Eteran's Folly is surrounded by farmland. Thank you, I've been brought crisps. It's surrounded by farmland. There is a few places that hold named, like the orchard out on the way. You've got the Feed Mill Tavern that you are at. You've got Trin's house, Etran's Hill. Very stuff localised to this town. Most of the houses that you can see, again, are abandoned, and the community is a lot smaller than physically represented in the amount of buildings that's there. You are in the Feed Mill Tavern. Yep. It is coming. It's a few hours before dusk. Bort is straight over arranging this meal to be taken up on and starts sorting out a table and talking to people. And the first person that comes up to you is one of the stable hands at the feed mill, and it is a young'un called Edra Wythe. She introduces herself immediately. She greets you as you turn up from the caravan. Immediately, she's worried about the condition of the horses, and you can see this on her face. And she said, "Oh, I heard Bort saying that there was trouble out on the road. Did anyone get hurt? Were the horses okay? Did anyone get bitten or attacked? Oh, what happened to the cat?"
The cat, he was battered and stabbed and bitten and slashed and brought back to life multiple times.
There was a cone of acid.
He was fine.
What the goblin friend is trying to say is the cat valiantly defended the horses.
Yeah.
With its life.
Okay. So Yeah, I'll take care of the horses. Bort says he's sorting you out food inside. If you just want to go inside, we'll sort all that out in there.
What, food?
Yeah. So you leave her, and she takes the horses about, and you go into the tavern. It's as I say, it's early evening, so like a few hours before dusk. Bort is indeed running round the feed mill and has sorted out a table, and he invites you for your supper. He's reserved a table up upon there's next to Flonk, which is the town's bard. You'd heard of Flonk on your way in, having your nights out with the caravan folk and guards and Bort and stuff. You talk about such things and what to expect at the town and that. And Flonk is a bard that apparently is pretty good at what they do. So the rest of the feed mill is full of local farmers. There is a couple of folks pottering around serving the guests. I've got to say, I rarely use adventure modules because it's not in my head. I've got to read stuff. Right? So it is absolutely ruining my flow, bouncing around all this. Give me a bare bloody moment. So yeah.
Those of you watching on Twitch, we're absolutely roasting the bard on our own chat.
Cool. So the feed mill's full of local farmers. You're sat on this table next to Flonk. I'd have shot myself if my mother had called me Flonk. The town's bard who is tuning his instrument, which just happens to be a lovely little lute. And can we? Yes, there we go. You should hear some tavern music, fans. Bam, 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 bam. Yes, the music begins to play. Right. So you're in there. Food has been brought out. You're all sat down eating and drinking away. You have a lovely gamey meal made. I don't know if you eat game, Linny. You know what I mean? You might have been put off meat after what you just seen happen to Puskins the 6th. And the music's playing. The folk in there, the farmers, they're getting a bit rowdy and dancing around and having a drink. Some of them are drinking a bit more than they probably should be. But all in all, it's a really good night. It's a really good evening and people are just loving it. You brought out some roast turnips. You have you have a side of burnt seed cake apparently. Yeah, looking at that, eh? So yes, and there's lots of fabulous tales being told around the place, which if you wish to speak to Bort, he could tell you tales of when he was a young dwarf, just beginning his days as an honest merchant, priding himself on whatever a small community might need. And then he grew and grew, and now he has his own little caravan that goes backwards and forwards from the capital cities.
Does he get many wolf problems often?
We do, but we normally have guards, enough of us that they can sort them out, as you've proven. Although, from what a few of the others were saying, it took quite a beating to that wolf.
Yeah.
It did. It was really tough.
Nice.
Kind of like this meat.
It's good for you. It's good for your fungus. I dare say I've never seen a wolf with. Excuse me. This is
You're
a
right.
bit. Yes, it's all right. It's good. It's fine. It's turnip porridge, just a bit of indigestion. It's fine. So I've never seen a wolf with acid pouring out of its mouth or anything like that. That's new. As he's.
I've just rolled a 17 on a medicine check because I don't believe that fucking story for a second.
Cool. So, as you're.
Neither does Rogar. Rogar also does not believe this story for a second.
What? So what are you? What, that he hasn't seen the wolf? What's the story you're not believing?
Does it sound like he's coughing because of the food? That is the food's getting stuck, or is it a chesty cough? What's going on here?
Coronavirus.
So,
The bit where we discover AD just choked on a piece of crisp.
I
Have
will.
we got the, are we
yeah.
just about to
Salt and
discover he's
vinegar,
got the
the bane
plague
of
stone plague? Or...
What choking? So you, as you are looking it out, and he starts coughing and stuff, and you and Rogar kind of glance across to each other and look across the boat. He falls face forwards into his porridge. Yep. And about a second later, if that, you hear behind you, "Hey! That was my ale!" And you just look over your shoulder and you see a farmer punch another farmer who spills into a table. Ale goes all over those farmers. Those farmers jump up, "Hey, what do you hear?" And they all just start caving into each other, and the bar just erupts into a bar brawl. And you have about
I've heard
20
about these.
20 drunken farmers all start swinging at each other. Can you all roll initiative, please? There'll be no map for this.
When do I get spell slots back?
We also
I was
don't
just
have
about to ask
icons.
this.
Do you want us to just roll initiative?
You should just be able to drag your tokens on. So if you go to your character sheet, you should be able to drag your tokens onto the map. Or better yet, stay where you are. I'll put you back on the ambush. Click on your tokens and roll initiative, and we'll go from there. Yep. So I've got a Kyra. I've got a Fumbus. I've got a Lady. I've got a Rogar. Right, cool. Descend in order for ease of me. Right, Kyra, all these farmers just started kicking off. There's a bar brawl quite literally erupted around you, and Bort has fallen face first into his porridge. With your medicine check, you can, as he hits the deck, you can see his throat swell. His actual neck throat area swells. Yeah. Time to put a bit of AD
When
on
does
it.
spell slots come back?
After a long rest, we'll go with.
Well,
Have we had a long rest in our nice?
Oh, great.
You were an
Nice
hour.
ride back.
You were an hour away from Etron's Folly.
That's not a no.
Okay, no. Hold the phone. Ishurna. I'm probably saying that wrong. Welcome to the stream. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for watching. Carry on with yourselves. Go, kids, go.
It's gravy time.
I don't want to beat up locals.
You can do non-lethal damage, so you can essentially just give them a slap hard enough to put them down a few times.
Well, it's been an hour, which means no one's immune to guidance anymore. And Rogar looks like he's really goddamn gunning for a fight, so he's going to get a guidance.
I feel typecast.
Well, your first reaction to a fight kicks off was to sit there going... So, you know, I'm just taking a guess. Is there anything, like, medical I can do to Bort that doesn't include using spells?
You can try and give him the Heimlich.
I mean, is he dying? What's going on with him?
His
What's
throat is
happening?
swollen up. He's no longer passing air. He's a dwarf, but I don't know how long he can hold his breath for. You can't tell if something's lodged, if he's having an allergic reaction, or if, you know, there's just something else. But his definite the effect of him no longer being conscious is the fact that his throat is swollen up.
Don't know what to do.
Well,
Why did I roll the highest?
well, you've got about 5
like-
seconds to decide.
He's not dying though, is he?
You don't know on your medicine check.
Okay, well, I'm just going to cast Stabilize on him just in case he is.
Cool. So you call forth your
I don't know.
divine magic, and you almost sprinkle the stabilize aura upon him, and you see it as if snow hits fire and just melt away and not take hold.
Wow. Okay.
That sounds nasty.
Is that like a not take hold, as in he's not dying enough to be stabilised, or just a general, actually this is concerning, my magic didn't work?
You don't know, Lenny.
I mean, I'm asking for a general...
You don't know.
Okay.
Kyra knows he's dead.
Gravy time.
Wow, there we go. That's what I was getting at.
Yes. For a split second there, Kyra, I thought that was a person cheering with their arms up in the air, and then I realised it was a crying face. So, Kyra, you've just worked out Bort is dead. Your divine magic did not work. But thanks for using it. Is that you done? We're going to go with that you was done, unless you're going to do something.
I think she's muted herself.
Is the cat still okay?
The cat's dead. No, the cat's fine. Dragami is...
What?
Dragami is just walking around, Linny, or Puskins, or, Albert the 8th is walking
So the
around.
second things kick off, I instantly clock where the cat is, and I keep my eyes on the cat, and that's all I'm doing for now.
Cool. Rogar, you're up. There's a bar fight going on. You're a dwarf. You're a ginger dwarf at that.
Right. Oh, yeah. We mount the table, drop the trousers, and dive in.
It's good job it's after the watershed, lad.
Oh, wait, no, it's not that kind of bar fight. Sorry. Yeah, actually, mounting the table's one. I'll be mildly distracted by the fact that they're going with there's a large goiter going on.
And as you're climbing on the table, Flonk just bursts into song. Starts banging away on the... he's loving it.
I'm going to leap off, elbow drop the nearest peasant, and just go, "It must be a Friday!"
Give me an attack roll.
I was actually trying to work out an easy way of doing...
What, a flip off a table with an elbow?
No, as in just an unarmed attack. It's not on the sheet, but... yeah.
And just use the roll 20 app to just
Yeah,
roll.
just
That's what
roll.
I'm gonna do.
And just add to it. You're...
12? Yeah, you smash into one of the farmers, just give him a big old dwarven thick-ass elbow. Thick-ass elbow, yeah, I like that. You get a t-shirt. And yeah, this farmer just sort of spins, and as he spins round, hits you with a mug. And just smashes on your head, this clay mug, and you just check it off. Yes! Now we're in the encounter I can get down with. Fumbus, what are you doing?
Yeah! I'll
Right.
go herring into the crowd and find the closest person to punch in the nuts.
Cool, you just go flying into this bar fight. Jesus. Yes! Yes! And you start swinging. Kyra and Linny.
I get plus
don't know
2
what-
to that.
Cool, so roll away.
So 18 in total to hit someone.
Boom, you run up to a farmer. They sort of swing round to face. They can hear the scream coming at them. They look straight over the top of you. And you give a good old flying headbutt to the groin.
Surprise! Yeah.
There's another farmer. She's standing on a table. She's got a chair in her hand, and she just launches it into 3 or 4 farmers as they come running at her, and she's just screaming her head off, and then downs some sort of ale and launches the mug into the crowd again. Linny, there's a bar fight going on.
in a similar kind of want to not cause too many injuries, but stop it. Keeping away from people as much as I can. I'm gonna throw Tanglefoot at somebody.
Ooh, okay. Tanglefoot. So what's that? 30 feet, one creature just wraps them up, yeah? Sticky sap appears from thin air.
It says make a spell attack, but doesn't seem to have made any kind of roll, so...
Let's roll, yeah, alright. Let's roll a d20.
+7.
I will say, +7. Jesus wept. Wow, yeah, you definitely hit one of the farmers.
Yeah.
So you hit this young lass, this young farm lass who's, she kind of came in with a half sack of whatever she'd been farming recently, and it was sort of tied up. And there's a small, it's not a scythe, the little hooking things on the table in front of her. And she sort of reaches for it to hit somebody with it, and she's like, "Way!" Goes to hit someone with this sharp implement, and you're just like, nope. And you use your druidic magic, and you summon forth a vine covered in sticky sap from thin air, and it wraps itself around Poor farmer girl.
Cool.
But you have just saved somebody's life, so...
Yeah, it's my last action to raise my shield.
Raise your shield. Right, we're back round to Kyra. So of the 20-ish brawlers, and well, 24, 5 including you lot, one of them is completely out of the fight, as they are wrapped in a sticky bite. Are you doing out with Puskins?
Rob?
Lenny, are you doing out with Puskins?
No, nothing.
No, cool. Carry on, Cara.
I will get. I was going to say I'll get out my scimitar. I was like, but then what will I do with it? It's hard to be non-lethal with a scimitar.
You've got a helmet on. Just start headbutting people.
I don't even... So, in terms of non-lethal damage, how does one do that?
It is. I did have this. Give me a moment. There we are. Lethal. No results.
Attacking angry wolves is one thing. Attacking innocent, drunken farmers, I think Saren Ray might be a little less chill about.
Yes. I have lost it. I've lost the plot. Oh no. Right, where's my bar fight? Bar fight. I've lost the bar fight. Lost the bar fight. Right, so just the damage you do, just do a D4 plus your strength, and we'll do that. We'll do that for non-lethal damage, and then I'll look up the actual rules after.
Can I ready actions in this? Is that a thing I can do? Like, can I say if one of them comes over to me, I'm gonna hit him, but I'm not gonna sort of initiate combat with someone?
Yeah.
James is nodding, so
Yeah.
I'm guessing that's a yeah. In which case, I will do that. I will take a nearby stool instead of using a bladed weapon.
What you do is you designate an action to be readied, and then you designate how many of those actions you're going to do. So you're going to say, I'm going to ready an action, that takes an action. Then you're going to go, I'm going to attack and then the trigger. So when someone comes in my threatened range or whatever.
Cool. In which case, I will ready an action to non-lethally clock about the head anyone who comes towards me with angry intent.
So you see the cleric of Saren Ray spin her scimitar back into its sheath, pick up a wooden chair, and hold it aloft, ready to clock anyone that comes near them. Just as two farmers getting into a bit of a rumble bump into your range, and you swing that chair. Give me an attack roll.
Oh no. Is that just a D20?
Yeah, so do your D20, add your strength to it.
I don't know if that's going to hit nothing. It's +2, so a 12.
12. You do indeed clock these essentially cloth-wearing farmers across the back of the shoulders. You kind of hit both of them. One of them sprawls onto the floor unconscious. The other one sort of stands up like, "Hey, what are you doing?" and throws a mug at you, and it smashes against the wood behind you and just obliterates. Oh, it's lovely.
Is it a D4 you said you wanted me to do for?
Yep, do a D4.
Okay, I do this going, I'm sorry! 3
Cool. Plus your
points
strength,
of
so
non-lethal
5 points. Yeah, so the one you hit is indeed out cold. So that is 2 out of the things that you guys have disabled.
I check, see he's not dying. Like, oh no!
He's on the floor and he's like groaning around. Other than a bump to the back of the head and the shoulders, you can't see any immediate death.
I reach down and I pull his shirt up over his head, like that thing you do with like chickens, like you put them in the dark in the hope they go to sleep. Just like, please be calm.
So you chickenify this farmer.
Yeah, and then I edge away to hope that no one saw me do that and assumes it was someone else.
Nice call, the Black Ninja from Ninjago. And we move on to... So you've successfully chickenified the farmer.
And sidestepped away as a
And sidestepped like the ninja you are. Fumbus, you're up. You're in the middle of a bar fight.
Yeah, now the cleric's us even getting involved. Woo!
Hey, hang on a minute, you missed me.
Oh,
Did I miss you?
You did.
Why did it not go to you?
You did, you already had me on.
Ah, why did it go? Ah, it's because I clicked on him. Yeah, so Rogar, it's actually your turn.
I tell you what, I'll let the dwarf go first.
Thank you.
Only
Bar
yours.
etiquette. I'm just going to interject non-lethal attacks. You can take a -2 on your hit roll to do non-lethal damage. It just literally means you knock them out instead of killing them.
Cool.
So you can still use a broadsword or a great axe. You can use what you like. You just don't kill them. It's like subdue
Okay.
in love.
Cool.
oh, cool. Okay.
And likewise, if you have a non-lethal weapon, you can try and do lethal damage for minus 2. Anyway, ignore that. Punch people. Get off my cleric. Bam.
Swing.
Don't bring me into this. You're not doing this for me.
Yeah.
I'm doing this for you.
I'm doing it for everybody.
I want no.
Wailing fist
Wow.
attack, punch the cleric in the face.
Wow. So,
There we go. The ones of
You punched the cleric! That's not helpful!
so Kyra, give me a reflex save.
I don't like this game. Where is saved? Saved. There it is. Okay.
Just above skills.
15.
Cool. So you take 2 points of non-lethal damage as you see Rogar just come running at you like, yeah, and just swing at this mighty like right hook haymaker. You look at him in absolute shock. Like there's farmers all around you, and he is clearly hitting you in the face. And you just throw yourself backwards, and he just catches you on the cheekbone. It stings like a mother kipper, but you know you've had worse. You got bit by a wolf. Oh no, you didn't actually.
Just turn around to him like, why?
Sorry, wrong one. Just go with the flow. Turn around and hit that guy.
Especially because your last words were, don't touch our cleric. And then you punched me.
Nobody punches our cleric except us!
On that, you see Fumbus leap through the air. What are you doing, Fumbus?
I'm gonna go and attack some other farmer.
Okay.
Well far away from the cleric.
We don't need other people to help do a bar fight.
Jesus.
Do it ourselves.
I get +2 to that.
You swing, you see the perfect target. You're like, yes. You see two farmers like kind of rumbling near this table. They're completely like jiu-jitsu'd up in some sort of lot going on. You run up to them, you punch one of them in the back, and it's like hitting a soft wall as you realise it's not two people, it's one. And this very large lady turns around, who's about 6'5", massive shoulders, clearly works with the oxen, just swings at you.
Oh, bugger.
Let's see if they hit. What's your AC?
It's 17.
Cool. She just swings this big meaty hand at you, and being of your goblin stature, you sort of tumble out of the way just a bit so she doesn't land. Linny, you're up.
Alrighty.
The one that you vined before she's rolling on the floor.
This is fine. I'm gonna try and find somebody else that's still fighting. What's the general the room looking like at the moment?
You ever been in a bar fight, Rob? So
Yeah, but
there is.
people we're talking that are left still like standing.
Okay, so there is 1, 2, 3. There's at least 5 out cold, incapacitated,
Okay.
not in a fight. Yep. Between yourselves and 15-ish, I mean, stopping to count everyone, there's still swinging going on. I mean, you've just seen Rogar punch Kyra. You've just seen Kyra chair some poor fool into the ground. You've got Zekar stroke Fumbus running round, you know, just punching people. You've got Dragami who's kind of sat looking at you, waiting to get involved. Just like, come on, come on.
Not letting loose the snow
No
leopard
leopard on the farmers.
poor villagers. Alright, yeah, tag a put bag on the woman going after our goblin friend.
Cool.
So that's 16.
16. So you, again, this vine just appears out of thin air and just wraps around this this huge woman. And she just, like a tree, hits the deck, wrapped up.
Sweet.
Cool.
And I think I'm just trying to raise my shield, keeping myself between anyone and Puskins.
Coolios. So, Puskins. Oh, that's what I wanted. Yay, let's have you. Ba, 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 ba. It is now Kyra's go. What are you doing, Kyra?
And shout, oh, for goodness sake, what are you all doing? Stop!
You get a. Give me a. Jesus. Give
I'm
me.
going to do what Dwarf Warrior 25 says and try to stop them in that motherly voice.
Give me.
Like an angry mum.
Give me a. Do you have persuasion? I need a skill list.
Diplomacy.
Diplomacy.
Yeah.
Ooh.
20.
20.
I'm going to stamp my foot as well. And then wobble the table and be like, ugh.
There's a moment where you get up and you essentially, you know, just give me a, for the love of ceremony, just, and then you go, stop! Stamp your foot on the thing. Flonk. He needs shooting that one. Flonk stops playing his guitar. The music sort of dies down a little bit.
I just point at, what's his name, Bort, and just go, have you not realised this man is dead?
And everyone just stops fighting. You've still got Rogar and Fumpus just like looking around wildly, just wondering why, you know, the thing they're hitting's not moving, and they both realise that the person they're punching is out cold. And everyone's stopped, and them two just sort of stop punching, look around over the shoulder. Everyone's looking at you, and then realisation of the situation starts to come down on the tavern.
Do that really awkward thing of now everyone's really quiet. I've got to get off this table in a sort of semi-graceful way. I do not get off the table in a graceful way.
Yeah. So, you're looking around the place and there's a lot going on, and you can see. Remind me never to do an adventure module again. Jesus.
Okay, we could have let you write your round.
Yeah, but I didn't know the rules, so.
This is why I got the adventure.
Ding, 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 ding. There's even a thing here that tells me about non-lethal attacks. Could have just clicked on that. I'm all over it. I'm all over it. Just bear with me. Just bear with me. So Amora, yeah, comes running out of the kitchen, and she's like, "What's happened? What's going on? What happened to Bort?"
I don't know. He started dying. Everyone else started punching each other.
She runs straight over to Bort, and she's like checking him. She's like, "Oh my God, what? I don't know what to do." And then you get Delma comes running over, she kind of runs the feed mill. She's like, right, I'll have to go get the sheriff, and she just leaves the tavern. You see Flonk. Jesus. When Flonk comes over to you, you can see his elven heritage, but not as strongly as most elves. He's got a bit of elven blood in him, but he's not completely to the dark side. And he comes running over. What happened to Bort? How? Why? Look, what? And he sort of looks around the place. It's a good fight. There is a huge chap sat at the bar, did not get involved in the fight whatsoever, and he is big, like supernaturally. I said supernaturally. He's about 7 feet, heavy set. It's just a very large chap. He's got scars that crisscross his face from years of probably bar fighting, but he's not budged. No one went near him in the bar fight, even though you see the farmers now start kind of laughing about it, and they've kind of settled down after the initial stop from Kyra, and they start settling in their own ways. And almost start cleaning up with a laugh, and they start exchanging fight stories. Oh, you remember when you punched me in the face, and yeah, and then that cleric, is she a cleric? Must be a cleric. Smash that guy with a chair. And what's this green guy doing over here? Oh God, look at that dwarf. And they're all just swapping the fight stories. Then they all realise there is a snow leopard.
Why does no one care? There's a dead man. I'm just gonna stand there like.
A few of them are like, what do you mean dead? And then all the farmers then that are just locally by you start clicking on, and they're like, oh shit, what happened to him? And then people
before we all started fighting, he died.
What?
He didn't like the stew.
He started choking or something, and then I tried to heal him, and he's dead.
Vegetables, they're very dangerous for you. They can get lodged in your throat and they can kill you.
And then a few of them just start panicking a little bit now, and they sort of, well, the sheriff will have to deal with this. Like, there's nothing we can do. And they sort of back away, and they're kind of just shirking responsibility immediately.
I think it was the shock of the bar fight that killed him. Stares at everyone.
Yeah.
I did not get involved.
Now, I'm just going to point out, it's traditional in a dwarven wake for a bar fight to occur. If it's a good fight, it lasts longer than the funeral.
Generally, at a dwarven wake, you know the dwarf's already dead. You don't find that out afterwards, do you, Rogar?
You told us in the first 6 seconds that he was dead, so then we were just carrying on like normal.
You've been attacked. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it.
By you!
Proactive.
No, I didn't attack him.
Proactive dwarven wake.
No, you attacked the cleric. I saw that. That's why I ran in the opposite direction.
So while you are talking, the door opens, and Delma's come back with the town sheriff. Now you see,
is a strong word for what we're doing right now.
Arguing's a better one.
You see a chap with her who has he's shaved on the chin bit, but then his beard comes from his hair all the way down the sideburns, down his cheeks and jawline, and then hang down here, but there's shaved in the middle, and then his tash joins it. He looks a little bit nervous, but he's trying to stand with his chest up and as if he is of authority. But you four immediately can see that he's very nervous in this situation, like coming in. So whatever Delma's told him on the way there, he's kind of come in, tried to look the part, but still has a bit of a thing about a bit of a nervousness about him. He walks straight in, and what is going on? And he's just looking
I feel we
at
need to tell
anyone.
people for the 8th time that the dwarf is dead. There was a bar fight. That was totally not our fault. Either of those things.
And mildly unrelated.
Yes, mildly unrelated.
Right, nobody leave. And like the farmers and like they all start kicking off. You can't just keep us here. He's like, everyone's got to stay here. Like, we'll go get. I need help with this. I can't. Just everyone stay here. Just give me a moment. And he goes over to one of the tables and just necks one of the ales that survived the fight. So.
Is it me, or is he not very good at this?
I need to find out. Right, I'm holding the caravan here. Is any of his caravan folk here? And he's looking around. You can't see any of the 2 main dwarfs that were with him. You can see a couple of the hired hands.
Yeah, I don't count. I mean, we were guarding the caravan on the way here, and we got attacked by a wolf that didn't look particularly well, but he wasn't involved with that, so I don't know. Oh, are you at the bar? What's your story?
Are you shouting this to the large chap?
Yeah, because he's suspiciously not. He looks like a bar fighter who's suspiciously not involved in a bar fight.
So, he just looks over his shoulder and then looks back to his drink, carries on drinking.
Talkative fella.
I think he gave you the moderately lukewarm shoulder.
Ice forms on his shoulder.
Oh, now it's cold.
Oh, it's fine. I'm relatively good human at the moment. It's been part of a bar fight. But we do have a dead dwarf, which I'm more worried about. So that guy wants to shut up. It's his fault. Yeah, we're part of the caravan, but we're not part of the caravan, if that makes sense.
We are technically guards.
A few people go a little bit quiet and just look at you with a bit of a sideways glance. The sheriff looks at you. You're the guards of Bort, the dead dwarf.
We
No,
didn't say
of
we
the
were his
caravan.
doctors.
Oh, of the caravan. Is that not?
Oh,
Is that?
you're so pedantic.
I don't I just need time, right? I need to speak to everyone and all the farmers. It's like 20 of them with yourselves. Just look at him like he's gone mental. I need to speak to everyone. I need to just ask questions. There's got to be, and he's kind of not looking at anyone in particular, and there's a fair amount of panic about him. Bless him.
Okay, so you look well out of your element with this. I presume you don't deal with deaths very often.
And I do a medicine check looking at him. Is he going to fall down dead next?
No, but his anxiety levels are through the roof.
Okay.
Greatest game of weak murder ever.
Can I move a chair towards him? Like, do you want to take a seat and just process this? Decide what you're going to do next.
As if it, as if destiny had decided that chair was for him. He just sits into it as soon as it comes anywhere near him, just almost like non-concentratingly. Fucking hell, there's a made up bollocks word.
Concentratingly.
Yes, Rob. Let's keep that out of the magazine, mate. He subconsciously sits on the chair.
Do you not have like an instruction pamphlet what to do in case of deaths?
I can send word to one of the somebody further afoot that can deal with this. Yeah, that's what I'll do. That's what I'll do.
That's excellent. Are they like in the town?
No, it'll take a couple
Would you
of
like
days.
us to run you a message?
And he's kind of ignoring what you're saying. He's going through in his head, but he's saying the words out loud of sending word to bring somebody in to help.
We could leave now and he wouldn't notice.
And we could. However, I haven't been paid for guarding.
Yeah, nor has anyone paid for our meals yet.
So...
He was meant to.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, wait, yes.
Not that I'm saying the goblin is good at this, but do you want to have a quick frisk of him and see?
I need to go to the bathroom. Side.
I can frisky people like the best of goblins. You want me to frisk him? I'll frisk him good.
So,
Oh dear.
Who are you frisking?
I'm frisking the dead dwarf.
Jesus. So upon his person, you find a...
I get a 22 for sleight of hand frisking.
Oh, God. That is the most ridiculous. So, whilst this is going on and the sheriff and others are distracted, either drunk, bruised, having a moment, you discover a hidden pouch that was in a bit of a sewn pocket on the inside of Bort's jacket. And in there seems to be stones in there. It's sealed, so you'd have to unpick it. It's not zipped. So whatever it is has been sewn together in a wunner. It's not a purse. There are 4 silver coins in his actual pouch on his belt, and you find parchment that tells you like almost an inventory-esque flavour to it. That's in some sort of shorthand. So rather than going 1 box of salt, it's in Bort's very own shorthand that you can guess is his inventory list.
Is it like the inventory for what's in the carts?
Yes.
Okay. So I get a hidden pouch,
Yep.
which I have not opened yet, but I've literally just ripped it off and checked
And
it.
it's definitely got some like stones in it, or something that's shaped, that's rough and...
Okay, it goes down in my pouch, and then I'll grab the other pouch with the 4 gold silver, and that goes down in my pouch, and then I'll grab the list. And that goes down in my pouch as well.
Well, all of a sudden, Fumbus has got a large pouch.
Oh, I got the swagger on now. Way.
Wow.
Has anyone just seen him do that other than us who are watching in awe and horror?
Well,
Have you got a 22 on your perception? You can't see anything. You can't see this compass.
No, you're correct. We cannot.
Rogar, not a clue. Kyra, if you
Trying to
don't
find perception.
don't trust the
It's on the
goblin.
right.
It's on the right. It's the button next to initiative.
No, I don't
No.
see sheep.
Linny, do you care, or are you gonna try and catch the goblin up? Oh. So Linny, you Jesus. So you while you're
So I wanted to see if I could see, but I don't actually say anything if I do see.
well, that's what I was gonna say. So you see the
Remember,
goblin take
us
stuff.
smalls, we keep together. High five.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, Fumbus knows you've seen him.
Also, Drugami.
Yeah, the druid's all over you, Fumbus.
Ah,
You're
damn.
rumbled. You've been rumbled.
I like
Cat
the idea.
knows.
I like the idea that Fuskins is just always now wary of the goblin.
I see you,
Nice.
kitty
Good
cat.
reason.
Cool.
You know when cats have that judgmental stare, it's just sat looking at you like,
Yeah. So, you have robbed the dwarf. Brilliant. You've robbed
It's
the
worth
dwarf.
pointing out that the idea of robbing the dwarf was so that he would be able to pay for the meal.
You can point that out if you want.
Just on the off.
It's too late now, sunshine.
He didn't have anything on him. I don't know what you're talking about. He had this paperwork.
Oh, you mean he was lying? Oh, you have to give him barter trade for his tavern, cart goods things.
Maybe he gets free meals at the tavern or something, and so do his people, and therefore he was being sneaky to us by saying that he would pay for them. But I got this
Happy news, this
inventory
arrangement.
list, so we could go through his inventory. Here, you have this. I'll pass it to the dwarf.
So, the sheriff, you start seeing some of the caravan folk come into the tavern now, into the feed mill, and someone gives him a nudge and whispers in his ear and points towards him, and he gets up. You there? You part of Bort's caravan, and you recognise Ulf and Ulf as part of the caravan lot, and they're like, yeah. Why? What's up? Bort is dead, and they're like, nah, and they look across and they obviously see the not living Bort. What the? Mate, can I have a word with you both? Ulf and Ulf. Yeah. I need all of the caravan folk. Are these part of your caravan? And he points back at you guys. Sees the goblin face first in Bort's purse. They're not with us. They are with us. We hired them to protect the caravan, but they're not with us. Okay. He takes all those that the caravan folk that Ulf and Ulf point out that are working with him are part of the caravan, but not yourselves. And they go off, and he gets the sheriff gets them at a table of their own, and you can see him essentially queuing up to speak to the sheriff. Delma comes around and starts passing water out and free ale to people, just to calm them down from the situation. She brings yourselves over some drink. Delma speaks to Kyra. Can I have a word? She's the landlady.
yeah, okay.
So, I'm not this has never happened before. We don't normally get deaths around here. Not that are just while drinking in the bar and stuff. I'm not overly confident that the sheriff's gonna. And she's looking over her shoulder all the time to see if the sheriff's
Are
looking.
you worried that your sheriff's incompetent? Because I agree.
She steps back a bit and she's like, that's very, very insightful of you, but yes. He's not. He's just the nephew of the mayor. He's just got the job because his family's in charge. But it's a nice chin beard you've got there, Gareth. Pointed like Jafar.
Jade has just pointed out I'm the only person without a beard, so I'm going to pretend I have one.
Brilliant. So Dan was like, yeah, so I don't suppose, you and your friends, and I didn't want to really approach the goblin because they're not, after the Goblin Blood Wars, no one really trusts the goblins, and poor Finickley, I don't know what he calls himself. You saw a goblin on the way into town near the stables helping out.
So racist.
He's the only goblin round here, but they kind of went piling into the fight, so I saw what you did with that chair, but you kind of...
Sorry.
And then the way you made them all shut up and stuff, it just appears you got a bit more about you than some of the thugs around here and drunken farmers. Don't suppose you'd be up for just helping us out, find out. Like, Bort was a good friend of mine.
Yeah, I mean, if he's died of something natural, then there's not much we can do, but if he's been killed, then I don't know about, and I sort of shifty point to the people behind me, I don't know about the other three, but I'd kind of like to know if someone's murdering people. My goblin friend might ask what's in it for him, though. Just when that question eventually arises, what should I tell him?
I can give you food and lodgings at half price for as long as you need to stay here.
Okay, yeah, we'll go with that. Good. Okay. Well, we'll wait to see when the sheriff decides we're allowed to leave the premises. But for now, if you don't object, I'm going to go poke a dead man a little bit.
Whatever, I don't mind. And she starts cleaning up, essentially. The table that you were sat at, she starts taking the pots and pans away. Well, not pans, but the pots and bowls.
I do a sharp 180 back to the other three, just... walk over and go, we're not the only people who think that the sheriff is an incompetent idiot. We have just been asked to maybe quietly look into this matter ourselves and figure out if this, gestures to dead man, is accidental or not.
Well, can I hypothesize?
We get half price lodging and food while we're doing this.
Free lodging and food? Ah, that sounds amazing.
Free at 50% of the cost, yes.
Ah, free is amazing.
These
Sure.
sound really good.
Was the dwarf allergic? Well, you probably know, Rogar. Are dwarves generally allergic to mushrooms?
No, but we're allergic to elves.
You're
goblins.
allergic to elves? So
And goblins.
if an elf was made of mushrooms, you'd probably be allergic to it.
You're kind of skipping the point there. I don't wish to derail you in the investigation, but he's either poisoned, diseased, or worse.
Well, that's what I think. I think the mushroom stew, if he's not allergic to it, it was probably poisoned. Because I didn't eat the mushroom stew because I don't eat my vegetables.
Is anyone particularly good with poisons?
Maybe.
Alchemist covered in vials.
AD.
Yes.
Do I know what type of dwarf Brock was?
Sure.
A dead one.
Brown bread.
Do you know if he was a strong-blooded dwarf, an ancient dwarf?
He's strong-blooded.
So, yeah, us dwarfs are largely immune to poisons. Well, I say immune, we're highly resistant and stuff. So it's very hard to kill us for like that.
There's a difference though between resistance and immunity.
Yeah. We're unlikely to fall to anything weaken people. They would have to be pretty good.
Carefully push the bowl across to Fumbus and go, you look at that one.
The bowl
No, I wasn't
of
planning to.
some sort of turnip-esque porridge is pushed towards you. Delma stops collecting and is waiting. It's just waiting like more. Go on.
I need to test this one, so you can't collect it.
Okay. And she just carries on.
And whilst that's being done, I'm going to sit Bort up and tilt his head back so I can literally put my fingers down his throat to see if he has anything blocking his throat, to see if he choked.
You can't get your fingers in the hole.
In the hole. What, his throat?
His throat is completely closed up.
Okay, so it's...
pull out a dagger
Jesus.
and cut an incision in the swelling.
Wait. This looks like
To help
we're
her.
double murdering him.
It's fine, he's dead.
You won't feel a thing. Oh my goodness.
This is to assist Kyra, if that makes sense. It's not to just take over, kind of thing.
Yeah, so...
As if my house sensed evil, all my lights just started flickering as you said I'm going to They're still doing it.
I'm not evil.
Oh no. If
Said.
this light explodes, I'm going to absolutely crap.
I'm practical. There's a difference.
It's nice to know that Robin batting an eyelid.
Actually,
Yeah,
Lyra,
he's in
do you
another
wanna grab
room.
My lights are fine.
Lily, can you grab a clean glass?
Linny, can you grab a clean glass?
I can, but I'm just looking at this whole situation with just okay. Yeah,
Jesus.
I'll go grab a clean glass, I guess.
So, Kyra, you discover that the inflammation has got like a violet bruising around his throat. Rogar cuts you a sample out with his dagger.
Thanks, that's nothing
It does
I asked
it does
for.
look
Thank
like
you for your
a
help.
very aggressive reaction to whatever he was eating. Alchemist, Mr. Fumbus.
Get a 30.
30?
Yeah.
It's like it's your thing.
Nice.
No, poisons are not my thing. I just make the bombs.
So, this,
Press X to doubt.
as you're pissing about with it and using your alchemical tools and such, you kind of test a little bit and you add your little neutral pH litmus stick, whatever it was back in there, and you discover you add water, and you discover that it is a poison that you've only ever once encountered before, when you were being taught alchemy, and it was one of those examples of this is what you could potentially come into contact with or create when you are a master alchemist, and it's called violet breath. It is a very uncommon poison. Once the poison takes hold of you, you can't reduce the sickened condition it puts upon you. You maintain it. Reducing it just doesn't work at all. In smaller applications of it, if you've got a hardy fortitude, you could probably resist it. You look across to Aroga as you're doing your testing. You
I'm not.
you are aware that with a bit of pissing about, the small dose of it could probably hurt somebody, but this seems to have been tinkered with or altered in some way, almost given a signature of its own that made it a lot more potent than what you would expect of this if you were to buy this poison.
Ooh. This is very exciting. But it's definitely not explosive, and it's definitely not medicinal. It's the third one.
What's the
Interesting
third
how you know these things.
I'm just an alchemist. That's all I am. Just a goblin. I just know the things. So maybe when I was learning how to put things together to make them go bada bing bada boo, I also dabbled a bit in understanding the nasty sides of things, just in case any of my friends, like you guys, were ever afflicted by it. So this is a very, 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 very uncommon poison called violet breath, and it can make you obviously very ill, but you generally never recover from it. But it looks like someone else has been tinkering with this poison to make it even worse than what it normally is. Now, the only way I could test this is if we had another dwarf that we could potentially try it on, just to see what would happen. But I kind of lack Rogar, so we need to find another dwarf other than him. Maybe if we put a beard on the cat,
No.
okay, well that's it. That's all my information I have so far for you. But if we find
Fumbus.
another dwarf, we get tested on it.
I
Or the
trust
cat
in your
with a
judgment well
beard.
enough to say that I don't need to test it. I trust you implicitly that if we feed this to a dwarf, it will kill them.
Oh, you're so caring. I like it. I like it a lot. It's very
Don't you
nice.
dare feed it to a dwarf.
Okay. I
Don't feed
won't
it to
feed
me
it to a
either.
dwarf. And I
Don't
won't
feed it to the cat
Rogar.
either.
Don't feed it to
promises on the
anyone.
cat.
There's about six farmers around you. Like, don't feed it to us either, if that's all right. Like, they're all a little bit taken aback by the autopsy that's going on in the middle of the pub.
I just get out my alchemist kit. I just did to set things on fire.
So, as you are doing that, the sheriff is interviewing one after the other of the caravan folk. This process will go on for a good hour, taking it into the evening. You've been eating, you've been drinking, you've had a bar fight, there's a dead dwarf. You are feeling a little bit of the drop of a adrenaline disappearance. And you are kind of waiting, and the sheriff finally finishes speaking with Ulf and the rest of the caravan lot. He approaches you a lot calmer, seems to be a lot more settled, but still you can see those elements of nerves. Very obviously he doesn't really have an answer yet, but has managed to have a bit of time, ask a few questions. He comes over to where you guys have been doing your rounds, talking about the alchemy, doing the test, and it obviously took time to work all this out. Can I speak to you all?
Yes.
Not individually,
All-
just as
all at once?
as all at once, if you would. Two things. First of all, unfortunately, this is above my pay grade, and I won't be able to deal with murder or like accidental death. Maybe I don't know, but. And he kind of takes his robe off, walks over to Bort and puts his robe over the dwarf, hiding the massacre that happened when Rogar got surgery fingers. I've sent word earlier to the judge, Lord Mubbage Cranberry. Jesus. But he's not due back for another month at least, so hopefully the message will get to him and he will return quicker. But until then, I need to hold everybody here. I need to make sure that whoever the culprit may be doesn't escape or get away with it. But I see no reason from talking to the caravan folk that you four had anything to do with it, as you gain nothing from it by killing the dwarf. You wouldn't receive payments or such. So if you were willing to maybe aid in getting information, helping me find out maybe who might have done it, and that could speed up the process of getting rid of this caravan and clearing up this mess. It's kind of like midnight now.
Certainly. How much are you offering?
Well, surely the good knowledge of knowing who murdered a chap is enough.
Oh, I mean,
he's looking at the
yes.
goblin like, all right,
Yes.
yeah.
You know, some money makes
I've
the
never-
word go round.
I've never hired anyone to.
There's a first time
Investigate.
for everything.
Oh, there's a standardized form that you generally need to fill out, and the daily rates are usually about 10 gold.
10 gold each.
I put my hand over Punisher's mouth and go, I don't suppose the sheriff's office would be willing to cover our already half-price room and board while we're here. Seeing as we're not allowed to leave,
That is.
we weren't really expecting to have to pay
That
for
is
room and
more-
board for this long.
More than acceptable.
Excellent. I take my hand off Punisher's mouth.
Now, if you have such lodgings, then I won't need to find any for you. I'm tired of interviewing people that are very defensive. I would say, if Bort dies, which he clearly has, then Ulf and Ulf stand to inherit the caravan business. So they are currently at the top of my suspect list. So, but tonight I will send somebody to deal with Bort, You've noticed that people have started leaving anyway after they've had a quick check-in with the sheriff. Delma helped kind of organise and admin people towards the sheriff where he'd have a word with them and they'd leave. You do, as they all start settling down and get ready to bugger off and shut up the Feed Mill Tavern, a couple of people do turn up just in normal villager type robes and such to bundle Bort out onto a cart and take him somewhere where he can be buried, treated, burned, etc. And you're kind of left in the tavern to go to your rooms that you have now paid for by the sheriff, and looking to start your investigations in the morning, or go wildly off script. But we shall find out next Saturday. Tune in for session 2.
Tune in for we do more damage to ourselves than others.
Jesus
Kill
Christ.
the cat! Kill the cat part 2!
So,
Now my campaign goal just to keep this cat alive.
that is
I'll help.
Jesus.
I don't even
Wept.
care about Liddy, just the cat.
So, a couple of things to wrap up so we can all go. Thank you very much to the players. Thank you very much to James and Stu for helping out with rules and such when it came to it. Thank you to Kelly and Rob for diving on and throwing themselves into a new RPG. It's cool. I am already loving Pathfinder, and I'm already wanting to do my own little adventures and stuff for it, so that's cool. We will continue with the Fall of Plaguestone and see where it goes. I will arrange stuff and speak to you guys in the week so we can do that, so that's all good. Regarding the people that have watched, subscribed, followed, hosted, Jesus, tonight I just kept getting notifications. Thank you so much. You've been great. The little chat box at the side of my screen has just been absolutely whamming itself. Might reword that. There's a lot of chat going on. Great, thank you very much for watching. I hope you had a good laugh, and I hope you come and watch again next Saturday. I don't know how long this adventure takes, but we should have a good laugh doing it. Thank you to our sponsors, Ruffworx Creative, go check them out. Thank you to Just Games from Guernsey. Thank you to those of you that have put anything towards us, follows, subscriptions. Hey, Ruffworx himself is sat in chat, so there you go. Thank you to everyone, love you all, take care of yourselves, stay safe in this lovely plague-ridden world at the minute, and we'll see you all shortly. So say bye-bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody!
Bye.